Hello and welcome back to Kinlaig. We're harvesting the oat field now. It is finally time for that, and we did jump into July this morning. So we've got 11,800 litres so far off this field, so it's yielding very well. You will notice the money has dropped a little bit since the last episode. It was about 80 something thousand pounds. We're now down to 60,000. We did spend a little bit of money. Once we get down to the end here, I will show you. You probably see one of them already, and if you're eagle-eyed, you will see the second one as well. Right, let's pull out here. We're going to try and tip this into that barn to see if it does actually work. But our first purchase is here. This little Massey baler. So, fantastic. As you can see, it's on hire purchase. There's £20,070 left. A monthly cost of £592. So, not overly expensive and doesn't really increase what we're paying a month massively. We can still take on a couple of contracts to kind of clear off what we're paying on finance. So we put £2,230 down, which is around 10%. And we took it over 3 years, so the 36 months, £592 per month. So we now own a baler. It isn't the biggest one, I'll admit, but it is a square baler and it gets us moving all the time. We don't have to keep stopping. And we did move some more wood pallets, or firewood pallets, into the barn there. We do have quite a little stack now. And we also spent £17,500 on this. Now, I haven't actually checked over it yet, but this is for bagging onions. So that's what this is for. We have a little kind of gravel area to get around with the telehandler. So that will be used tomorrow. What we did look at is it's £363 per 1,000 litres more if we bag them than if we just do loose bulk onions. So let's have a look here and see if it does take any off us. Yeah, so for every 100 we put in, we only get 80 out packed. Or it's packed, not bagged is what they call it. But we only need 40... initially it was 48,000 litres of onions to break even. However, that's 48,000 litres of onions. I was guessing it was whatever this was matched this, but it's not. We do lose a bit there. We lose 20%, which is quite a large amount. So we need to make 20% more than 48,000 litres, which means we need to make around 56-ish, I haven't done the maths, about 56,000 litres of onions we need off of both our fields just to break even putting it through this bagger. And that isn't including our monthly cost. Now I'm guessing it shouldn't take too long to run through this because it should take 4,800 litres. No, times 100. That's 48,000 litres. So 1 month of this running and 10 minutes of the next month will pay for what we sell and the monthly cost. But obviously we need to see how much we get because we have no idea yet what the yield is in the field. I don't even know if it's going to tell us if we just run in just now. Nope, it doesn't say. It might say tomorrow because it's still growth stage 5 of 6, so it may say tomorrow what the yield is. We also did check our grass field. We're not going to do that today because it's growth stage 3 of 4, and we want to try and get to tomorrow to get it harvested, to get it cut and tedded and baled, just because it's going to give us a little bit more of a yield. So that's the plan, although I don't know about bales because now we've got the square baler, the small one. Oh, this does work. That's fantastic. Right, let's put that 12,116 litres in. We'll just check and make sure it comes up on our display, because it is on site, so it should pick it up. Let's go and have a quick check now. Ah, you see, there's nothing there. Right. Now the only question is, has this put it in there, into the actual sheds, so that we can't use it for onions? But if it's packed onions, we may be able... Yeah, bulk haul oats. Yep, it's just dumped it right in there. Right, I don't know if this is going to work with more than one product, or if we do need to invest in a silo, which I don't know if we're going to have to. That's kind of, it's kind of ruined the plan that we were going to have there to put the onions in the bulk haul side and hopefully store that, but there's no silo, so we are going to need a silo to store our grains. Slightly inconvenient, however, we're just going to have to deal with it just now. We can't really go and ask the bank for another loan. We need to get some of this bailed up as well, actually. Let's go and get that started. We can't ask the bank for a loan because we still have that 370,000, I think it is, already for purchasing this field. But that should give us a decent bit of oats. It's already yielding very well, so hopefully we get a good overall, what, maybe 50,000 litres off of it? I'm hoping. Right, let's get this started. This is going to be the world's smallest bale. That little bit there is already 46%. So it's not going to take too long. It is about the same speed as the harvester, maybe just slightly quicker by about a mile an hour. But these bales are, they're going to be maybe far too small. We maybe should have invested in the bigger one. Well, if we can get this paid off fairly quickly, we sell it just before it comes back into season. Let's just check this. Just before it comes back into the season again, we may be able to get a decent bit back from it and use that as a deposit. So 32 kilos, we can lift it by hand. And it's got 700 litres. So there's going to be a lot of bales in this field, but it wasn't very expensive to initially get. Obviously £2,230 down compared to, I think it was 11,000 for the other one was what they wanted down. So big difference. But yeah, we're going to just push on with this just now. It is going to take a while. Actually, before we forget, let's complete that 2 contracts we did this morning. And there's some more. There's another harvesting. Oh, that's peas. Well, we may well do that later. There's a stone picking one we could put somebody out on just now. But we did do a fertilising contract, £2,857. And one of the first clips you see would have been the mowing contract on field 6 down beside the harbour area, £4,530. So that's covered our hire purchase for now, because obviously we've got this new one here at almost £600 a month. So 5,400, that has covered us so far for this month's hire purchasing, just doing that 2 contracts. But obviously we need to do a couple more to help pay for the 2,200 we put down for the baler. And I don't really want to put anything or class anything as going towards the onion bagger. We're going to try and do that and kind of not pay it off because it's already been paid in full, but put the money we make from the onions back towards that. So we can hopefully break even for this first year of onions. And if it does yield well, it's good paying when we come to sell it at the best price. It could be something we do every single year. Obviously we've got this field we can put stuff into now, so I don't actually know, where's our onions at? There, yeah, so we've got to wait until March. So we could put grass into this field, get some silage, and then sell it at the best price in December. We could get a decent cut off of that before then. But we need to crack on just now because it is going to rain at 4 o'clock now. It's moved forward an hour. I think it was 5 o'clock last time. And here we go. It's happened the same again when I loaded the game in to start this episode. There was steam coming out the front of that train and it's not doing it anymore. So it must just do it for the first lap around the map and then stop. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Not a big issue. Right, we're going to continue getting this done. This is going to take another maybe hour and a bit at least to finish off, at least to a point where we can go and jump on and do something else, other contracts maybe. But everything else is done. We've got the firewood moved this morning. So once we've done this oat field, we're going to get it cultivated, put in a grass crop, get it rolled, fertilized, ready. We're going to jump into tomorrow. If there's another few contracts, we'll do them. If not, we're going to jump straight into tomorrow, where we're going to cut our grass field and we need to lease the very, very expensive onion harvesting equipment. And we're going to get the fast track on that to get it going. Then we're going to use that new production which packages the onions up. So stay tuned for that. Let's get cracking on with this and we'll see you in a little bit. Well, I've just done the oat harvest already. We did pick up all the square bales and they have just been dumped in the yard, and I really do think we need to sell that baler. I know we've just taken it out on hire purchase, but I need to see about putting it back because that was ridiculous. We've got 336 bales of straw and they're all small bales, so they were a pain to move about. But they are done. We're just checking up oat prices just now. Just to see the difference between selling them now and in December, and we're going to wait because it's about 50,000 to sell it now, or 70, just under 70,000 to sell it in December. So we're going to wait then, sell it all in December, and use that money to pay off the, not all the loan, but all the money we get from the oats is going to be used to pay off the loan. But we're processing firewood, and it's at a really good price just now. It came through to say that there was a great demand at sale of firewood, which is where we are now. So we're not going to get 46,000. If we sold everything, we get 39,000, but we haven't got the full 37,000 litres. We've only got 33,000 litres. We've also got a couple of contracts to complete. We did 2 fertilising contracts. One on field 44, £5,055, and one on field 6, £2,718. Not much, but at least it goes towards paying stuff off. There's a couple others we could have done. There's another fertilising one just popped up now as well. We'll probably get that done, let's check, when's the rain coming? 4 o'clock and it's now almost 3. Yeah, we'll not accept that just yet. We're still on a hunt for a TMR mixer. They've got enough silage to last for the rest of today, but we ideally want to jump into tomorrow to get the onions harvested. But let's get this sold and see how much this all brings in. That's all in one sell, that's good. So £34,736. So we're now at 105,000 in the bank. And our worker's blocked by an object. That's fantastic. That's a stone picking contract we've got going. We could just leave that to run itself and just nip up when he's full or almost full to empty him. There's already been one trailer, well not one trailer load, but one load from the stone picker into the trailer so far. But I don't think we're going to manage to get the fertilising contract done in time. But what we are going to do, it's probably going to be tomorrow after the onion harvest. We need to get the old fishing rod out and do a bit of fishing down at the harbour because we haven't been down there yet. So we'll need to do that. But what I will do just now is we are going to go and catch one, or hopefully one. Let's run across here, go to our little spot that we've been catching fish from. We stand out on this rock here, see if we can't get something. I have to remember how to do this as well. Just have to wait for it to take a bite. But we will be getting into the fishing very soon. Obviously this episode is just going to be what we've done today, the onion harvest tomorrow, and take a look at bagging the onions and seeing how to store them. And then if they need to be bulk stored, then we have to figure out something for the oats, because obviously they're stored in the bulk haul. There we go. Oh, it got away. That came up quite quickly. It's been a while since I've done this, so I need to remember how to do it. Come on, fishies. Oh, something's there. Hook it. There we go. Right, now to keep this orange bar rising, which is very hard. Just lots of clicking. I'm kind of getting it there. Oh, here we go. It's going to be the one. There we go. Oh, a tire. Well, that's handy. Right, we'll try down this side and see what we can get. Not going to spend too long doing this. I would just ideally like to get fish. Then we can sell it. Because I was looking into the price of the young salmon and trout as well. And it's very well priced. So I think a small investment into there, because it's not going to be expensive to initially get what we need. I think it's about £12,000 for the pond that we need. I'm not sure exactly where we're going to buy them yet, and the price it costs to buy them. So I've got to figure that out, but I do want to get into the fishing fairly soon, because obviously that is new for Kinlaig. And we've not done the onions, but we are away to do the onions tomorrow. So that is a new thing we are trying out. Obviously we've done a bit of this fishing here, but we'd like to expand into the commercial fishing side of things. This one's going to take a bit. It's just lots of clicking, that's all you're going to hear, which isn't really ideal. Oh, come on. Almost. Here we go. Gigantic salmon. £400. I don't think we've had one this big. I think it's always been £100. That's fantastic. If only we could keep these if it was smaller ones and use it for our own salmon farm. Right, we're going to sell that because that's £400. That's fantastic. Right, we are going to get back over to the yard, wait until that stone picking contract has been completed. Then we're going to jump into tomorrow and get straight into renting all the equipment we need for the onion harvest. So let's jump into tomorrow. We'll complete the stone picking contract today and then jump into tomorrow. We'll see you in the morning and hopefully get this onions lifted. But it's busy tomorrow because we've got the onions to do, get them to package, all the equipment to try and figure out how it works. And we've also got the grass field to cut and bale for hay. And hopefully today we do have the cultivator out on the fast track in the oat field because it's now been harvested and all the bales have been picked up. So hopefully we can get grass drilled in today to get 1 day ahead for when we need to harvest it. So fingers crossed we can get that done before the rain comes, but there is only 1 hour left, so I need to get straight into the field with this tractor and the drill and try and get going with that to catch up behind the cultivator because he's fairly far on now. So let's get cracking on, finish up today, and we'll see you first thing in the morning for the onion harvest. Well, we're now into August. We did feed the cows yesterday, kind of later on, and also moved the firewood as well. So there is plenty more bags stocked up in there. We also spent, I'm just looking down here, £5,250 for 15 limousine calves. So we now have 30 animals in here. The first set of Angus cows, they are 6 months old yesterday. Yeah, so 7 months today. We bought these guys yesterday later on as well. That's why we topped up the feed a little bit because we weren't sure how much they would use overnight. So in another 5 months, we'll buy another 15 Angus cows. And then 6 months after that, we should be 18 months for these guys. And they should be able to reproduce then, or another 6 months after. So we should be at 60 cows in the next year. That's the plan, so that we don't need to buy any more every time they reproduce the 15. Once these guys at 7 months just now are old enough to sell at full price, we'll sell them, and then the next set, so it would be these guys when they get to 18 months, then they'll reproduce, and it just keeps the cycle going from there, and we can just sell 15 every 6 months or so. So we should get around, I think it's about 60 something thousand pounds a year from them alone, once we get up to speed in the next year and they're where they need to be. But today, onion fields are ready and our grass field should be at the second stage of harvest, so we should get more yield from that today. We're going to bale that up for hay, but I'm going to rent a baler for it because the other one is no use. It is far too small and it takes far too long to do. But for the onions, we need to go and get some equipment. Yeah, this is the bales. So this is, I know, it's very untidy, but they're very small. Okay, you can move them by hand. That's why we kind of threw them all off here. And just kind of parked the trailer at the side here and just pushed them all off with a telehandler and then moved the trailer and then pushed them all in again. But yeah, it's very time consuming. It's not ideal to do. And they're only 700 litres each, so it's a pain. And if we've got that with straw bales, we got 336 bales in total. So if we've got the grass to do as well, and there's another 330 odd bales from that field, we're going to fill the shed up with little bales and it's going to be just a complete pain to do. So this is going to be sold at some point, but not right now. We need to get into the onion harvesting. So let's take a quick look at some of the equipment. That's annoying because we paid full price for one on finance and there's one appeared now. Nevertheless, what's this one? Forage wagon, we don't need that. We've already got one, but I think it's a bit bigger than that actually. The roller we could do with, actually, it's 6 meters, but I'd prefer a wider working width one, just so we can kind of progress a bit quicker and do more things. Let's have a look here, onion harvesting. So we can use, or say we have to use this one here, which cuts the hollow off the onions, or the bits on top of the onions, cuts them off, drops them down as a windrow behind the tool. Oh, there is a belt system in there, yeah. So it creates a windrow in the middle, it doesn't put it off to the side. So we need that. Let's go and lease that now. That's £3,519. I'm going to lease them all initially. If we're going to be doing it every year, I will finance them. This one here picks up that windrow from this one, cleans the onions, then drops them down on the desired side of the tool. So that one's in the middle. This one you can place at either side, I'm assuming the belt system, yeah. So it's just like the little windrow we've got. You just place the belt at either side, just turn the direction it's running. And that places in the windrow. We need one of them. Lease that, £1,785. That requires 90 horsepower and this 125. So we're looking at about 200, 210, 220 horsepower. So we'll probably put the fast track on this to get it going. And then this one here digs out of the ground, same with this one as well, but you can configure the onion header, which basically takes this bit off the front and just uses the pickup from there. That has a 9.6 or 9,600 litre capacity. This has a 9,600 litre capacity as well. So there's not a difference there between the two. The only difference is the price. So I think we're going to try this one. We're going to see how we get on with this. It will mean we've got storage, which is in the front here, which is what we really need, but I think we need that on it as well to give us a bit higher to get into the trailer, because I think this one, I was looking at them before, I think this top section just moves out because I can see a little ram there, but I don't think it's going to be far enough out for us to get into the trailer, so I think we are going to have to put this on it. We don't need a header for potatoes because we are just doing onions, so let's lease that. £10,200. Right, so now we have all this stuff for the onions. We need to go and get the fast track. Let's get down there, pick up this stuff, and let's get the very first onions lifted from the field. So we'll probably start with, I think we'll do this one here because it's closer to where we need to be for the production. And we've got the front weight there, we need to get rid of that. We could also repair this tractor when we're down there. I know the Valtra needs repaired as well because it's been doing a lot of work. We did get that field done with grass as well, so that was just a no more. We kind of did the last half of the field in the rain, so not ideal, but it is what it is. Right, let's cross over here before the train comes. We're going to head down and grab all this stuff from the store. I just want to see if there's any. Probably too far away now. Nope, still nothing out the front of the engine. Ah well. Right, head down to the store, we'll grab this, we'll make a start to the onions. We'll do little bits of clips here and there, maybe a bit of a time lapse. get this done, and then we'll see you at the production to process our very first packaged up pack of onions. So let's get going with today. Also, before we forget, the rain is due. I think it's at 1 o'clock. Let's have a quick look here. Yeah, 1 o'clock. So we are kind of fighting with time. So let's get going and see if we can get this done before the rain. We have to get the grass done as well. We'll maybe set a worker off on the Valtra with that. We'll see how time goes with the onions, but let's get going. Well, here we go. Here's the final load, 2,820 litres, which actually, if we just check the production here, yeah, we can put that straight in. So we're going to go and do that just now, but we do have a massive amount. We're looking, I think it was about 50,000 litres. Let's check my notes here. Yeah, 48,000 litres is what we're looking at to break even on the purchase of that bagger. But that was just for the bagger and not for the rental of the equipment, which we need to take away as well. So in total here we've got just under 90,000 litres in what I'm assuming is this left side. And this middle section here, 72,118 litres. And also 36,451 litres of oats as well. I was going to actually take the oats out and sell them straight away, but I just thought if we keep piling it in here and see how much room we're left with, because I don't want to sell it now because it's going to be about a £15,000 difference in the price selling it now compared to later on. So what we're going to do is we're going to close this doors, jump in the tractor which is here, take this round to the bagger and see how much we have. or how much pallets we made. I think it was about 2,000 litres a pallet. I did stop and check briefly while doing this field because we managed to get one pallet out while we're doing this field. And we haven't really, oh, we've got a few. Oh, that's fantastic. Right, let's put this in here. We'll leave this tipping in and we will go and see how much pallets we've got there and how much litres they are. Then we can check the sell price. But before we do that, we'll empty this. And what we really need to do is we need to off-hire that equipment because it is not cheap sitting there. So we've got 2.2 hours on both of these. I'm assuming the other one's about half of that now because you don't have to go around both sides to get the one windrow. But we'll return this one and we will return this one as well. And where's the other one? Least cost, there we go, more expensive. So yeah, 1.5 hours. Right, we'll return that as well. Let's see how much we've spent. £24,000 in vehicle leasing costs. Oh, that's very expensive. But we definitely have covered the leasing and the bagger and potentially made a good bit of profit. Let's just have a look to see what our onion packed, where we're at now. We're just under the £1,000 mark, but we need to get up to 1,200. So November, December, we'll sell this, and we also get to sell the oats then as well. Yep, December is the best price. We're at the lowest point just now, so just wait a few more months in December and we can sell it for the best price. Oh, there we go. There's a total there. Onions, 161,654 litres, plus what we've already put in through the production. So therefore, so about 200 and something thousand litres because we filled that up to full and it's used that already. So about 200,000 litres, maybe more, just a little bit more, which is very good. Fantastic yield. The grass is in, we need to roll it. I'm still debating about this roller, which is in the sale. Very, very tempted. It isn't very expensive either, and we can afford it because now we've, I did think it was going to be more expensive actually to rent all that onion stuff, and it turns out it's not too bad. We're still left with 68,000 after it. But yeah, 2,000 litres per pallet, so we're going to leave them out, wait till the production kind of fills up a bit, and then move it into this shed here where all of the firewood is as well. But I don't think there's much else to do today. We'll maybe run down to the store, take that baler back so we're ready for the next baler, which we're going to order. And we also need a TMR mixer as well. I did notice a lot of contracts came through. A lot of harvesting contracts, a couple ploughing, a couple spraying. There's a mowing contract and a cultivating contract. But it's still raining. It should go off in the next hour or so. It says 3 o'clock there, which is meant to be now. So I'm assuming 4 o'clock the rain stops. I'm hoping about 7 o'clock because the temperature's still quite high then. We're going to get into our grass field, field 17. We're going to get that cut, tedded up and baled for hay. And I think that's kind of all we need to do just now. Yeah. In fact, since we don't need all that money, and we're putting some of the firewood... I'm just trying to think how to work this actually, because we're looking for a sawmill. One of the subscribers, let's just double check this. Yeah, so it was Christopher that messaged to say, or commented on, I think it was episode 1, about getting a sawmill and selling off the firewood processor. Now, we're not going to sell off the processor because we're going to need that later on in the series. But I did think about investing in a small sawmill, which we could afford now, but I am very wary because we do still have that loan outstanding and we do need a couple of things. So what I'm going to do first, because we don't need any specialist equipment for harvesting just now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and order the TMR mixer because we do need it. We're going to go with this one. It's because it holds a decent amount in size, 24,000 litres, which is a good mix for us. We don't need a massive amount just yet, and it's not overly expensive. So let's hire purchase that. I think if we put down 5.5 makes it 4%. We're paying it off early. We're going to be paying a lot of things off early. So if we take it for a longer period of time, 10 years is 8 years. 6 years. Let's take it for 7 years. That's £676 a month. So we'll purchase that. Right, so now we have a TMR mixer. That's kind of all we really need. I'm still quite tempted with this. I'm just not 100% sure on it yet because there is a bigger version. And it is only 8,000, but I'd rather get the bigger version. It's just a little bit easier. Right, we're going to get out of this rain. But first, I think we'll go down. We do need to repair tractors though. I'm just trying to think of what ones we need to repair. I know that one needs repaired. The Valtra I don't think does. I think it did, but it didn't when I unhooked the implement we had on earlier. So we're going to cover that trailer and leave it there. Let's get the beacons on. We're going to grab this Massey baler. We are going to pay it off in full, then sell it once we repair and paint it, and hopefully we can make a good bit of money back from it. I am expecting a loss, but I'm hoping it's not a huge loss. And then we will buy another baler. That was the only other thing we need, because this one is, it's not practical, let's be honest. It's not ideal. Right, we're going to head down to the store. We'll see you there, see how much we get for this one. And we need to buy the other one as well. So we'll see you there in just a minute. Right, that's us here now. Hopefully they do accept it with a bit of straw that's left in it. And it has passed 4 o'clock and the rain doesn't seem to stop yet. Let's check the weather quickly. Have a quick check and see. Yeah, so after 4, so maybe 5 o'clock and it'll stop. Fingers crossed. Right, let's get this one. I think we're going to have to sell it first. Would we sell it? Or do we have to pay it off? So 18,644 is what we're going to get, and still 19, so about £1,000 we'll lose. Right, let's settle this early. So there's 19,000, that's settled and done. Now we'll go back in here, it's still 18,644, so if we repair it, don't usually do this, but let's repaint it and see if that makes a big difference. 20,800, I think it maybe did, just a very small amount. So let's sell that. What am I doing in there? I need to sell it from here. There we go. Right, we'll sell that £20,817. This one definitely needs repaired, it's well down. £5,150, which isn't too bad. Right, that's us kind of sorted out and up to date. We do have the TMR mixer down here, which we could take back with us now. In fact, I think it's maybe best we take this back with us first. The baler we don't need until probably later on today, although we could buy it now since we're here. And while the dealership is open. Where are we? Balers. So I don't know the best thing to do. It's probably to go with this one here, because that does our 180 to 240 centimeter bales. So it's the cheapest one of them all as well. We could have gone with a round baler, but then it does take a minute. They're harder to maneuver, and obviously if you've seen the clip, I think it was the last episode, they're quite a pain to load onto that trailer as well. So I think we're going to stick with square bales. The brand, not bothered about brand, just want the cheapest one that does the job. So K brand is going to be the one to go for. We're going to take it with a twine already in it, and we're going to hire purchase it. I think we're going to get a decent chunk of money in December, so I'm going to put most of that into the loan. So I'm not too worried about paying off anything just now, although I do want to put something in towards it. So if we try to work out the best cost here, because we are aiming to pay everything off early. We're not going to wait until the last day and be charged 4% interest. We're going to try and pay it off early. So if we take it for 10 years, 10% deposit, that's 1,500 a month. Let's go with that. Let's not think about it too much. Perfect. Right, we have a baler now as well. Right, let's go and get a TMR mix to these cows. And I think this episode's maybe went on a little bit too long. I'll double check the video length first. I'll maybe do a quick edit and see where we're at. So I'll leave the recording here just now. We'll double check to see where we are. And we'll probably come back to cut our grass and hay. If not, we'll see you at the farm to end the episode. So let's head back up there just now, and we'll see you in just a minute. Well, we did a quick test with the episode and it's a little bit longer than I would have liked, so we're going to end it here. As you can hear in my voice, I have caught a little bit of a cold. It is a couple days since I recorded that last clip. Real life's kind of getting in the way just now, so I'm going to be quick and end this episode now, and hopefully my voice clears up, we can get the next episode ready. The only reason I'm finishing this one now with my voice like this is so that we can get it uploaded tonight, ready for you guys tomorrow. But we're going to get a load of TMR sorted out in the next episode. I'm just going to park this up and leave the episode there. But we're going to get TMR done. We're going to get the grass field done. Hopefully it clears up by then. I will probably leave this... I'll leave it there, get a couple of that bales first. Then we'll get some stuff out of the silage pit. So yeah, the next episode we're going to get that grass cut, tedded up and baled for hay with the new baler we've just got. TMR mix for our Angus cows. We're going to check the firewood production, move everything into the store. We're going to quickly have a look to see how our onion production is doing. And in the next episode, we're also going to be getting into fish farming, because we do have a little bit of money left over. We had more than we thought we would have. Yeah, there's still not too much. It is producing fairly quickly. There's another pallet due fairly soon, but I'll keep on top of this over the night, keep this production topped up. But yeah, we'll leave the episode there. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, apart from my voice at the end here. But we'll see you in the next one very soon. I'm going to try and keep one episode every Monday, and hopefully try and get a bonus one in for you on Christmas Day, and again on New Year's Day as well. Just real life's getting in the way just now with all the stuff that's going on. Christmas time as well, with work and at home and studying as well, because I am back in college. So, the joys. Right, we'll leave this there. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again soon.